Hello everyone, welcome to my channel The Cloud Box, and in this video we are going to talk about what is the parameterization inside Azure Data Factory, and this is the next playlist inside the Azure Data Factory playlist. So we are going to talk about few topics. The first I told parameterization. Okay, what is this inside Azure Data Factory? And we can going to achieve it using dynamic content. Okay, got it. So what is dynamic content and what is parameterization? Parameterization itself is the name you are understanding, something related to the parameters. When it's required, it is required somewhere. We need to give the path, right? So let me assume I have one storage account. That could be type of blob or ADLS, anything. If I am talking about the Azure, if it is AWS, so that would be different. If it is GCP, that is the different case. But I'm talking about Azure. I have one storage account, so I need to copy one file. Need to copy one file from source to destination. Your source could be raw or landing. Your destination could be prep, right? Fine. So as we already know how to copy the data from one source to other source, if you do not know, I request you to please go to my previous playlist of this video. Inside that you will understand how to copy the data from one source to other source using different data set for source as well as for different data set. So let us assume I have n number of files, right? So before that we understood how we need to copy, right? One copy from landing, right? Or raw, whatever you say, that is basically source. How we are going to copy? We need to create one data set, right? For source, and we need to create data set 2 for we need to create data set 1 for source, and we need to create data set 2 for destination, correct? And inside data set 1 we are manually giving the path of the file, and inside data set 1 it will pick the file from source, and using a data set 2 it is going to copy the data into destination. What we have in number of files and of the same type, so are we going to create n number of a data set for source and n number of data set for destination? Probably no. If you would ask any of the person, probably no. But if that is possible, you can create n number of data set for source, but this is not a good approach, right? It will take so much of time also. And so is there any workaround that we can create a single data set if the file type is same, and we can pass the path at runtime? That is pretty much possible. That what we say parameterization. Okay, hope you understood it, right? To quickly go to Azure portal and see what I'm talking about. So earlier you I'm telling you that we know how to copy the data from one source to other source using different data set. That I have data set created ds underscore input. Inside that you can see it, right? I'm giving the path at a very starting landing, and I'm picking the file order.csv. Let me quickly show you the file which is present inside landing. This is my storage account. Inside the storage account the file is present, and if you see I have decided the path and the file is taking already. So it is taking and pasting inside the prep folder, but this is all happening. We are using the two different data sets. Okay, so our approach is we need to create a generic data set which can easily copy the same file using passing the path at runtime. So we'll select a gen2 and we'll select a delimited text. We can give the name, it's a generic, so irrespective of any other name, we just given ds underscore csv. Link services, I'm giving choosing the logic app because it is already created. You have created for logic app. If you want to know about, so there is playlist about the logic app, you can go and learn. I'm put first row as header, and here I'm not giving anything. Got it? This is the first thing we need to do. Okay, but you will see something we need to pass it, right? If we are passing something, so we need to pass it here also. That's how it will take file, obviously. So that here it's coming add dynamic content. So we'll before adding it, we need to add the value inside parameters. So we'll quickly select any name you can give. So it is basically the first thing I'm giving file system. Fine. For now, because it's already giving the file system, so probably people will understand what is the meaning of file system here if you added it. I can give ABC also XYZ, it will work, but this is not a good approach. So quickly go and click it here. You can also choose Alt Shift D. This is empty will come and you nothing, you just scroll down and the you note go to parameter section and see the thing you have added will reflect here. Just select it. You see this thing Azure will do for you. And this is not hard coded value. This value we are going to pass at very runtime. So it is asking about a directory means the subfolder. Do we have anything here inside? This is the file system. So directory is empty. You can keep it empty, or if you have something, you can pass it. Suppose inside the landing, I have one folder present today's date. Let me create one. Let me create today's file, something like that. Today's file. And let me upload one file from my local. Order.csv and let me upload it. Got it? So okay, before adding add dynamic content for the directory, we need to same add it here also. So we can add like direct. That is fine. Go and select direct from here. It will come. And file name, we will give it empty. It will decide at the runtime which file we are going to copy. Just go and publish it. Fine. Fine. Now that is fine. We need to copy, right? Our requirement is to copy. So create one pipeline name, give underscore dynamic, select one copy activity, give name like dynamic path data. It will be easier to understand to everyone. Now, because we are giving source, need to select the source. So without selecting DS input and output, we will only select DS CSV. And now here you need to give the file system name. Okay, so you can also create parameterization on the pipeline level also. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But we are choosing the same data set, so it's better to keep that value here only. Okay, suppose inside sync also, if you are selecting, so the same thing will come. Okay, so this is the very common thing if you are selecting only one. So I'm just saying that for copying one source to other source, we are not choosing different data set. So the file system is landing, right? We need to give it here, and with the today's file we need to pass it here. Got it? And we need to select the file. So for that we are going to, either you can give the whole file name or you can give star csv. Inside that all the csv file is going to copy, right? We'll go to sync again. We can either create dynamic content or we can simply pass it. So we want to create one folder output here, and inside output we need to create the same thing, the same name inside output also. Let me copy it, output, and inside the directory will pass it this, and the sync will .csv, otherwise by default it is .text. So hope everything looks good. Publish all the changes. Okay, so meantime it's publishing. So understood, right, what my motto is? My motto is not to choose different data set. We will only choose one data set and we will pass it here. Okay, that is fine. Let me run it. Yeah, as you can see, is succeeded. So we had one question. We need to copy from landing. Inside landing, in the today's file container, in the subdirectory we have a file present called order.csv. We need to pick this file from here. We need to copy inside, we need to create one output folder here. Let me see whether folder is, we can see this is created today's, right? And inside that, with today's file, whether file has copied or not, you can see file has been copied. Good. So I hope you understood what is the dynamic content, what is the parameterization inside Azure Data Factory. And also if you are working in a project, so there would be a file system that would be like input output will come in the very previously. It will come, suppose a file system, suppose the name will be present main, and inside main there would be a landing, and there would be staging, and there would be a preparation, or maybe you can say a different name you can also say. So that what my intention was. In the next video we will going to cover more on the dynamic content. So I hope you understood it, and thanks for watching my videos.